the two things. One is, this is a business that still has a very, very high content of human touch and interaction. And human touch and interaction at the customer relationship side to answer problems that a customer has is perfectly appropriate. That always should be there. In fact, the research in this book that kind of touched on the 25 Mavericks, as well as some additional research, says the best experience is a digitally enabled process where a human being, either face-to-face or via telephone or via email, is responsive and can answer questions correctly the first time. When you put that together, the J.D. Power survey of mortgage satisfaction, the numbers hit above 800 every time. If you don't, and you slow down, or you don't deliver what you promised, or you don't uphold those promises, or you come back and back and back the same time looking for information that the customer believes has already been provided, very frustrating, and the scores plummet. But if you think about the retail side, the traditional retail mortgage banking, loan officers go out, the loan officers are king. They want to do it their way. So typically, and particularly independent mortgage bankers that are heavily retail, traditional retail focused, bend their process to accommodate the originator, which means that you don't always have the same basic process in place, which means it then becomes dependent on the processor, the underwriter, the closer, and the originator. And we've done some pretty deep research that shows that there are people, when you chain them together, originator, processor, underwriter, closer, are extremely fast in getting loans done. And there are other combinations that are extremely slow. It's clear in looking at the data that there are few lenders that have really thought about the process in terms of the fastest path or the speediest path through the origination process. And there's not too many lenders that are doing the diagnosis that says, on average, it takes 43 days to close a loan from application to consumer close at the title agent or settlement agent or title attorney. But the variation in there is very wide. The variation may be as fast as 25 days. It could be as long as 100 days. And those tails on that standard deviation are where customer satisfaction, particularly the slower side of that standard deviation, is where customer satisfaction just plummets. So I've never met a lender that hasn't told me that they're at or better than the industry average in turnaround. But when you look at the actual curve of how long each customer took, yes, the average is 42, 43 days, but there's a lot of people that are 70, 80, 90 days. And you look at those files and you begin to look at why. And that's where the real benefit of digital transformation can be had. When you look at why and you begin to see what slows things down, you begin to go, and how can I speed that up? That is the key.